Hello friends, welcome to another episode of Analysis of Horoscope. Well, if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel and please leave your comments down below in the section. And other links are also mentioned down below in the columns. Well, today in Analysis of Horoscope, there will be the first wave. In the first wave, we would be discussing house, house lord and significator. Sign in the house along with planets posited in it, lord of the house and significator of the house. Well, this principle is extremely important to know the promise of a horoscope. The promises are embedded along these houses, house lord and significator, to exactly know if there will be fruits out of that house, if you will get results of a particular house or not. The house lord and the significator has to be analyzed. I have discussed the significators in a previous video. Kindly refer to that video. So, getting on to it. Now this is a Cancer ascendant horoscope. We would be discussing the ascendant and the effects on the ascendant in accordance to house, house lord and its significator. The house will be the ascendant, the self of the native. The house lord would be moon. The planets posited would be randomly checked out which planets are there. There could be any of the 9 planets placed in the ascendant, and accordingly to their lordships, this would be analyzed. And yes, in the last, the significator of the ascendant. The significator of the first house is Sun. I have discussed this in my previous video, kindly refer to it. So, the first house is Cancer. As I have mentioned, the effects of Cancer. Now, Cancerian is a watery sign. It is a Brahmin sign. Now, being a watery sign, this sign has tendency to have globular body. The body content, the weight content of the body could increase over a period of time. Because the Lord Moon is also considered as a watery planet. The other characteristics of Cancer that I have mentioned when I have discussed the characteristics of zodiac are going to be embedded in the ascendant. Like, these people are supposed to be intelligent. They are, because of the watery sign, they have flickering mind. The thought process is not very stable. They are thinking of one thing at a time and another thing at another time. So the temperament is very fluid. And as I have mentioned earlier, they are not able to walk in a straight line. If you are taking a stroll with a Cancerian, a person having a Cancer ascendant, then he would kind of drool or bump into you at times. So all the characteristics of the Cancer ascendant, all the characteristics will be there in the ascendant. Now, what if there is a planet posited in the ascendant? Now we will discuss that. For example, if Jupiter is placed in the ascendant. Now this, we are discussing the house and the planet posited in the house. Now the planet is Jupiter posited in the ascendant. Now, as we have already discussed, Jupiter is the lord of Sagittarius and Pisces. Now in this chart, Sagittarius owns the 6th house and the 9th house of the horoscope. So being the 6th lord is posited in the ascendant. Now this can, what will it give? In Cancer ascendant, already you know this Jupiter is exalted. So this Jupiter in ascendant is very, very strong because of its exaltation. But being the 6th lord, 6th house is the house of debts, diseases, wounds, competitions. So this person would be very competitive, highly competitive in his life. Being the significator of knowledge, Jupiter being the significator of knowledge, this person is going to be very wise. He'll have a lot of knowledge about a lot of subjects. But being the lord of the house of diseases, this Jupiter at a later age or an unfavorable time, this could give diseases or health issues to the native. But initially at the prime age when the native is young, these are not going to be the troubles. At the prime age, this Jupiter will give him knowledge about whatever he is reading. He will have knowledge of a lot of different subjects. Being the ninth lord in ascendant, this house is the house of our fortune. This is the house of luck. This is the house of guru. This is the house of perceptor, religion, culture, travels. So when this house, the lord of this house, Jupiter, is in the ascendant, this may give the native travels, too much indulgence into religion and culture, because this is a very powerful Jupiter being exalted. So this planet here is going to give the personality of the person. Yes, of course. Jupiter is the largest planet in the system. It is a huge planet. And being a Cancer sign, the watery sign, now this Jupiter in the ascendant will give a person a big body, basically. He might be tall, he might be strong, he might have a broad shoulders, or at a certain age he may gain a lot of weight and he could be heavier, on the heavier side, because this is a watery sign and this is the Jupiter, the largest planet in the ascendant. So these are the physical traits we are talking about. And the other things what I was referring to, that this Jupiter will give knowledge, this may give diseases at a later age, this may give travels, this may make the person very religious. And yes, of course, because the ninth house is your fortune, it is your good luck. This Jupiter will give a lot of, make the native basically fortunate. Now we will discuss another planet, Venus in the ascendant. Well, Venus is the lord of 4th house and the 11th house. Now Venus is a planet of beauty. It is a feminine planet in an even sign. Even signs are also feminine, as I have told earlier in the videos. Now if this is going to be a chart of female, she is going to look very pretty. She is going to look very beautiful, because the lord of ascendant is moon, a feminine planet. This is an even sign, and Venus being the significator of beauty, this is going to make the personality of the person very, very attractive. The person would look very attractive. But because Venus is also a watery planet, and this sign is also again a watery sign, at a later age or in the later half of the life, this person may gain a lot of weight. The person's body could grow globular. Now this Venus is the lord of 4th house. Now 4th house tells about the relationship with mother. 4th house tells about luxuries. It tells about your home and a lot of other things. So the home is going to be beautiful, because this planet is posted in the ascendant. It will give the benefit of a good, luxurious, beautiful home to the native. There would be definitely acquisition of good vehicles for this native. There would be a lot of luxuries that would be attained by this native. And yes, definitely the relationship of mother would be definitely good. And native may also have a lot of facial similarities. The native may look as like a replica of her mother. But on the contrary, if this is a male chart, then yes, the male would look a little attractive among his, what shall I say, in his class he would be one of a eye-catcher. Apart from it, he may gain weight. He may be a little on the fatter side, on the heavier side. So, but he will also get all the results of the 4th house. Now being the 11th lord, the lord for Taurus is also again posited in ascendant, the lord of 11th house. This is the 11th house and its lord is posited in the ascendant. So this is going to give native a lot of income. There would be success, progress in native's life. Whenever he is working for his income, he will always achieve in that. There will be a lot of friends to this person, because this house also shows your friends in general. So the native will have a lot of friends, native will have a lot of income, there won't be any financial issues. Could be for a particular time. For that we have to check all the other planets as well. So this is what Venus is going to do in this chart. We'll get, so this is, we discussed the house, planets posited in the house, And now we are going to further delve into the placement of the house lord. The house lord is moon. Now we will look to where is moon posited. Now don't worry, you can see a lot of moons here. These are just for references. We would be considering every moon in every house as an individual reflection. We won't be using it as a totality, don't get confused. There are not 5 moons, there is just one moon. This is just for the reference. Now just imagine if this moon was the lord of the ascendant was placed in the 4th house. Now what will it give? The native goes to the 4th house. The 4th house is a Kendra house, as I have mentioned earlier. Now Kendra houses are good houses. So this makes the position of the moon strong. Being in the Libra sign. Now Libra sign is a beautiful sign. This will make the native quite attractive. The native may look as like his mother. 4th house is the house of mother. It is the house of vehicles. It is the house of luxuries, your own home. This native may have physical appearance a little bit similar to his mother. And he may also have his attitude like his mother, the way his mother behaves, his or her, it could be any of it. And this native will have a very good house. This native will have quite all the luxuries. So basically, being in a Kendra makes the ascendant strong. Now forget all the moons. Now we'll take the moon in the 6th house. Now ascendant lord in the 6th house. Now 6th house is the house of debts. It is the house of diseases. I have discussed this earlier. The trick houses 3, 8 and 12. These are not really good houses. So being the ascendant lord posited in the 6th house, now this may give native ill health. This may give native a lot of competitions in his life, a lot of enemies in his life, or a lot of debts at a certain point of time. So this house is not a very good house, and it is not a very good placement for the ascendant. Taking the 9th house, if ascendant lord was posited in the 9th house, this will make the native fortunate, because this is the house of fortune, this is the house of luck, this is the house of travel. So this will make the native very fortunate. And 9th house is a trine house, one of the best trines out of all the 3 trines, the 1st, the 5th and the 9th. The 9th house is the best trine. So this native will be very fortunate. Whatever he does, whatever he is willing to accomplish in his life, all his goals will come to a better side of the life. He will always win and excel in achieving his goals. But being a watery ascendant and a watery sign, Pisces is again a watery sign, the person will be on a heavier side, his health will be on a heavier side, his body could be more globular, and at a certain age of time, at some point, he may also gain a lot of weight. So moon, if posited in the 11th house, now this is the house of income. And this is here, the moon is exalted. Moon gets exalted in Taurus, as I have mentioned earlier. So here in the house of income, being exalted, the native will always be eager to achieve, to make accomplishments which are monetary. He would be always thinking about monetary setups. He will always do his actions that will make him gain financially. So this person is, if moon is in 11th house, this person is going to be very finance oriented person. Whatever he will think, how can I gain a benefit out of this? And he will definitely have a lot of friends, because this is the 11th house, the house of friends, and moon is exalted here. So he will have a lot of friends. So this position is also a good position for the moon to be here. But like I have told, moon in 6th is not a good position. So we have discussed the house lord, planets posited in the ascendant earlier, and now we will get to the significator of the ascendant. Since we are discussing about ascendant, we will discuss the significator of the ascendant, which is sun. Now sun is the significator of ascendant because it is the largest luminary. All our lives are carried with the sun. If there is no sun, we cannot live. The life on this planet cannot sustain without sun. So that is the reason sun governs, being the significator of soul, the ascendant. because soul is attached to your ascendant. This ascendant cannot survive without the soul, and soul is definitely related to the biggest luminary sun. Without sun there will be no humanity. So the significator of the ascendant, the sun. Now don't worry, there are not 4 suns in the universe, at least not in our system, solar system. But these are hypothetical situations just to tell you, what if sun, the significator of ascendant, is placed in these various houses, how will it behave? How will it work for the ascendant? For example, if the significator of the ascendant is placed in this 2nd house, this sign, Leo sign, is the house, this is the own house of sun. This sign represents the Lord as sun. So basically sun is the Lord of this sign. So in its own house, everybody, I guess everybody feels very good when they are at their own place. Definitely living at a friend's place or any family member, it's not as great. But living in your own house, I guess that is the most comfortable situation a person could be. So this sun is very strong. Being in his own house, a person has full advantages to being in his own place. He can sit whatever, he can do whatever he wants. So this is almost the similar position of the sun. Sun being in its own sign is very, very good here. But let's take the sun in the 4th house. If the significator of the ascendant, the fixed significator of the ascendant, sun, is in the 4th house, this is a Kendra, but this sign is a debilitation sign for sun. The sun is at its weakest when it is in Libra. So this sun is not a very good sign representing the ascendant. So this sun already it is at in a Kendra, but this sun is very weak, which will dent the ascendant. Dent as in this person may suffer from health issues at some point of time. If the Lord of the ascendant is afflicted, if bad planets are influencing the ascendant, and also if sun is weak, then definitely there will be health issues to the native. Now let's take the sun in the 6th house. Now sun in the 6th house, now a fiery planet in a fiery sign, and that too at this house is the house of debts, diseases and wounds. Now this sun here will give a lot of competitiveness to the person. Now this person could be highly active in regards to his health. This person may be exercising continuously or doing something or the other. He may be doing some sort of activity, so he could always stay away from the diseases. I'm not saying that he will be diseased, but this person will always be health conscious, to stay fit, to never get sick or ill. So this sun here will give this kind of quality. So this sun, although being in the 6th house, is still good. Now sun in the 10th house, being the fixed significator of the ascendant, sun being in the 10th house in Aries, it is exalted. Now this sun is very, very strong here. It is exalted. Now nothing, being exalted is like being posted at a war frontier. Now this sun is extremely strong. This sun being in its own sign is like a person sitting at his home, and this sun being in Aries is at the strongest. He is like a person, like a soldier posted in Afghanistan. This is that kind of a situation. So the sun is very effective here with all his powers, with all the support he can. And being a Kendra, this sun is being exalted, and being in the Kendra is definitely going to support the significator of the ascendant. So this sun, if this sun is placed here, this will definitely boost the properties of the ascendant, the health of the ascendant, the thought process of the person. If sun is weak, the person has a weak soul. Basically he will have problems making the decisions in life, major decisions. But if the sun is strong, he will make decisions which are very good for him. He will make firm decisions. He would be very firm, a very strong personality. So all these characteristics would be got out of this sun. So I hope this video helps you about analyzing the promises of all the houses. Now this is basically judging a house, analyzing a house by the way of the house, the sign in the house, the planets posited in the house, the lord of the house, and the significator of the house. Now this concept could be applied to each and every houses of the horoscope. I would be making further videos about this as well, because this is a very elaborate subject. So need not worry, we would be discussing this very soon again. And yes, if you like my video, please leave your comments, subscribe to my channels for further updates, and do check out the links below in the sections. Thank you.